I had known this in the beginning, it would have been a huge game changer for me and saved me a lot of frustration. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. If you're new here, my name is Thalia and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about all the things that I wish I knew before I started nursing school. And if you want to see more nursing and lifestyle related videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video. The first thing that they don't always tell you when you go to nursing school is that your clinical sites might be really far. I'm talking like an hour away. They might even be in the next state over if you're like on the borderline of a state. So that's just something to be aware of because you definitely want to have the right transportation, like a really good car if you can, or plan to stay with a friend that might live closer in the area if it comes to that, since it might be hard to secure closer clinical sites in your area depending on how big your cohort is or how many clinical sites your school is affiliated with. The second thing that I wish I knew was how much of a big part of a program ATI can be. And if you're in nursing school, you might be familiar with what ATI is. And if you're not, ATI is basically this resource that schools use where it has question banks that test you on nursing knowledge in different content areas and core specialty areas. So a lot of schools have integrated this into their programs in the hopes of preparing their students to pass the NCLEX. I remember reading about ATI when I was researching nursing schools before I started my program, but I really had no idea how much of a big part of it really was. Because when you add up all the time that you spend doing practice assessments, proctored assessments, remediation, it really takes up time away from studying for your lecture exams. So this is just something that I wish I would have known for my own peace of mind. The third thing that I wish I had known is that if you are in an accelerated program, you might have nursing school exams every single week. And if you're not in an accelerated program, it could be something like every other week, because there's just so much information and content to cram into a short time span that there just isn't enough time sometimes to spread it out nicely throughout the semester. The fourth thing that I wish I had known is that it's a really good idea to keep in touch with your clinical instructors throughout the program, because they can be really great mentors for you as you're going through it, but also they might even be able to write you a recommendation letter when it comes time to job hunt. So definitely keep in touch with them during and after the program. The fifth thing I wish I had known was that you should start job hunting and polishing up your resume before you graduate. So this means that you should really be starting to look for jobs months before you graduate, because that's when hospitals are starting to look for people that they want to hire. They don't hire all the time a month out in advance. They might hire months out in advance. By doing this, you might even be able to land a spot in a new grad residency program that's super competitive just because you were one of the first people to apply. And in some states and some areas, you might also be able to apply for jobs before sitting for the NCLEX and before graduating. They might just give you a conditional offer, which says that depending on whether you pass or not, they will extend the offer to you officially. The sixth thing that I wish I had known is that there are so many specialties in nursing, so you should definitely dream big. And by this I mean that in school you're taught about the core specialties like med-surg, psych, OB, peds, and while these are all great areas of nursing and can be very valuable in getting that first initial acute care experience after graduating, which can be super important, I definitely think that long term you can definitely start thinking a little bit outside of the box about jobs that you might want to do later on down the line, such as aesthetics, forensic nursing. You can even do cruise ship nursing. There's just so many areas that people don't know about, and I don't think that's talked about enough, and nursing school just doesn't teach you this. So definitely do your own research into what areas of nursing you might want to get into later on in the future. The seventh thing that you should know before you start a nursing program is that if you're struggling in a class, definitely reach out to your professor, because many times academic learning centers, tutoring centers, whatever you want to call it on your campus, aren't always affiliated with the nursing department as closely, because nursing is just its own department most of the time and they do their own thing. So your best bet for getting extra help is just going to your professor directly. And it can be difficult to get in touch with professors right now, especially if you're online for school during the pandemic, but see if they can set up office hours with you virtually through Zoom or online or whatever platform that you use, because this can be huge in helping you stay on top of your classes if you're falling behind. The 8th thing that you should know before going into nursing school is that you really shouldn't be sharing your grades or asking other people about theirs. Now, hear me out on this. I think that this is important because nursing school already has a competitive culture to it, so you don't want to feed into it more by worrying about what somebody else's grades are, but worrying about what they think about your own grades. The next thing that you guys need to know before you go to nursing school is that the estimated cost of attendance for your program might not be what you actually wind up paying. And you should really try to save up as much money as you can to give yourself a cushion for all of those extra expenses, because you just never know when your school is going to ask you to buy an extra textbook that wasn't accounted for originally, or pay an extra parking fee for your clinical site or something like that. And all these things really add up over time. If I had known this in the beginning, it would have been a huge game changer for me and saved me a lot of frustration. The 10th and final thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that you'll never feel 100% fully prepared for nursing school, because there are so many unexpected things that can happen, especially like going online virtually right now with the pandemic. So just take it day by day. And something that really helped me was crossing off the days in my planner one day at a time as I was going through the program. Before you know it, the program is over. So try to volunteer as much as you can, try to have as much fun as you're able to, and really enjoy the experience, because eventually you're gonna be out on your own. And that's it for me in this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you did like it, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and a like, and let me know what semester of nursing school you guys are in and how it's going for you so far. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye!